if you want to take an idea to market and be successful, you have to be nimble. You have to check your ego. You got to make mistakes and then fix them quickly. And you got to have a team around you. When we have 300 million or more scans that have been scanned in LUDEX, we intimately get to know people. We know what they collect. Do they buy? Do they sell? Is it new? Is it old? I can make someone an expert in 5 seconds when they scan a card. What parallel? Boom. It's pink laser. Whatever it is, you become empowered.
Welcome to the Trading Cards and Collectibles podcast on the Radcast Network. From chasing grails to calling bluffs and going inside the hobby. Are you ready to collect? Let's get at it. Here is your host, Ryan Alford.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Trading Cards and Collectibles. I'm here in Greenville, South Carolina in the studio. I'm always surrounded by some of my favorite collectibles. Josh Luber was so nice to send me a couple of toys here. Love these Ghost Rights. Got some of my favorite shoes. I got one of my best buddies now, Brian Ludden from LUDEX, who is with me, joining me now, co-hosting with me here. I was like, how we get Brian in this show? You know, Brian and I have become good buddies in the hobby, and he's got one of the badass tech companies in the whole hobby. I'm like, Brian, we got to do this together, man. So he's here. What's up, Brian?
What's up, buddy? How you doing? Thanks for having me. And I look forward to, so many of these conversations that we're going to have that you and I would have organically that, now we can share with the public. And they might find it boring, but I know you and I love to rip. So that's perfect.
No, we're going to make it good. They want the organic stuff. And that's what's been, awesome about Brian and I get to know each other. It's been as organic as it could be. My kids get back in the hobby. I decided to have a hobby series on Right About Now, my business show. You may have heard of it, may not have, but if you haven't, go check it out. And Brian comes on and we did like a pre-talk before it. And then I'm like, I'm going to like this guy. And been to shows together, hanging out, the LUDEX lounge. So it's been cool, man. And that's what I love about the hobby, man. Like there's something about it that it brings people together. It has, the nostalgia and everything like from growing up, but I don't know, the good guys just shine through like you.
Yeah. And I think it's, it's the same, like bringing quality people in the hobby, in the industry, whatever we want to call it, getting you in here with a business mind, a marketing mind, a branding mind. I mean, that's how this industry is going to elevate. Right. And the beautiful thing about this industry that I found out is a 9-year-old kid could talk to a guy who's worth $100 million in trade cards. It's like everyone's the same when it comes to collecting cards. And it's really if people haven't gone to a show or seen what happens at trade night, it's really impressive. I love it.
Collectibles.show is where you'll find all of the channels and learn more about what we're doing. And ultimately, hey, we want to hear from you. You do case hits at collectibles.show. We want you to send in your favorite pulls of the week. And here's the difference. This isn't about just value. Hey, we want to see some $10,000 hits. Had a couple of those myself a few months back. But it's not just about the value, it's about what you're collecting. What means something to you? Share a story, share a video of you holding up the card that you hit last week that was your favorite player and you nailed it. So case hits at collectibles.show, send in those videos. I want to know the stories. We're going to bring them to life here on the show. We're going to do a segment each week once we get rolling and get some videos in where we share that on the show with us. We want to feature you on Collectibles Show. Yeah, the whole standards, like every norm that we kind of that sort of falls, like not in a bad way, but like these barriers. Like my 12-year-old son just wouldn't walk up comfortably and talk to someone like Brian Ludden. Like Brian's is a sweetheart and he is very available to be a successful executive that he is. However, being honest, my 12-year-old is not going to just comfortably in any other business setting or at a mall, if I ran into, an executive that I know, my son's going to sit there and try to act on his best behavior so that, his dad doesn't, kill him when we get home if he embarrasses me or something. But sitting at the National, my sons are like, I don't think disrespectfully, but they're like, walking up to Brian and shooting the shit and like just feeling like they can have a dialogue and not, have those normal boundaries that are both necessary sometimes, but also limit the organic nature of the discussion, maybe, because they can talk to you, go like, hey, is Urlacher still coming? Like, oh man, he's a beast. Or like, like, but almost like just like one of the boys, hanging out. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's the beautiful part of it. I mean, there's things that like I would never tell now he's 14, but at the time, 9-year-old son to go talk to random adult strangers and have, try to make money and make trades. And I think that carries on. And I've seen him migrate from 9 to 14 and the comfortability that he has with adults. It permeates. It's teachers, it's coaches, it's family, whatever it is. It's a really great life lesson for these kids to learn how to communicate with adults. It also shows them a huge like how to deal with money and become an entrepreneur. And like I love the industry for all of that. And I love where it's going. I mean, getting guys like you in and our brand, which the tech side of it, and what Fanatics is doing and how card shops are evolving. This is just the beginning of another growth spurt, in my opinion, for this industry. Maybe funneled by or fueled by repackers who are buying, they can't buy enough. Yeah, I think prices will be good, and I think the hobby will be healthy for quite a while.
Yeah, the hobby's booming. We've been talking about that on the show. And just a programming note, Brian is an official co-host now with me on the show, Trading Cards and Collectibles, powered by LUDEX. I'm going to let Brian talk more. If you haven't heard of LUDEX, you should have, and you're going to hear it over and over because of the incredible technology, data, insights, and ultimately how they're enabling, empowering collectors. Brian will do more justice to that, but Brian and I have met, and I'm like, Brian, we got to do this together. So Brian, every Friday will be this kind of back and forth. We'll have guests on Tuesday. Brian might jump in occasionally, but a lot of me just kind of interviewing those guys. But then on this show, Brian and I getting into just sort of the behind the scenes of the business, especially his. This is definitely a part of my business now, but LUDEX is knee deep in all of this and so many layers, which Brian will talk about. But I'm excited for us to give you kind of the behind the scenes of access to someone like Brian and his knowledge of what got him in the hobby. But then now the data and all the ability that you have to sort of empower your experience in the hobby. And it's going to be great. It's going to evolve. What we are today, 4, 5, 6 weeks, we're going to see, get your feedback, get Q&A. But I think it's going to be really fascinating, some of the data you'll hear and can see when you start to understand what LUDEX is doing and how they're empowering collectors. So, Brian, I'd love for you to, talk a little bit more about that and everything LUDEX is doing.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. It's companies evolve, and as an entrepreneur, that. Like, what do you think if you would have saw the deck that I raised money at for the first round? I mean, there's not much in there that happened, but it's about every day. It's an idea, right? And like, if you want to take an idea to market and be successful, you have to be nimble. You have to check your ego and pride at the door. You got to make mistakes and then fix them quickly. And you got to have a team around you that I'm lucky to have, a super talented team around me. But yeah, I mean, this industry, I got into it. I was a derivatives trader for 25 years. I started my first company when I was 29, and I ran that until about 2018. We got acquired by a big algorithmic trading company, and I would say I'm just not a good employee. That's the easiest way to say it. I was not winning any awards or getting a parking space, at the front door.
No Employee of the Year awards.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't even on the ballot, I don't think. But they acquired my company. I was there for 3 years. And during that time, kind of when COVID hit, I saw prices of cards going up. And the rumor was that the NBA guys were sitting in their pod of where the playoffs were played in Orlando. And they started buying each other's cards, and they started buying the OGs like the Jordans. And basketball started coming up. And then it became headline news. And so I go get my junk wax stuff. My son's 9, like I mentioned, and we're looking at this stuff, and I'm like, there's not a lot here. So we buy a new pack, I opened the pack. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, it's got lasers. It's pink. It's purple. And I'm now Googling like what this is. And I'm like, man, I go, Nick, let's punt this thing, man. Frustration's going this way, like funds going down. And I'm like, there's got to be an app out there in today's world that can help us. And there wasn't, man. And I went to a few people and they're like, no, that doesn't exist. But that'd be cool to invent it. And I said, I'm going to invent that. I'm going to go do that. And I would say that if it was a recipe, it was equal insanity versus delusion versus hunger to succeed and run a new company. So, and then I got my wife on board, who's the president of LUDEX and co-founder, and she just runs for LUDEX. She does everything that I suck at. And it's a lot. She does a lot.
I can attest to that. Not you, but myself too. I have a wife that does a lot of things better than me.
Yeah, that's why we married him, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so I was able to raise over $5 million in 45 days, which was pretty insane with friends and family. And that got LUDEX started. What we want to be is we want to be the first line when people enter the hobby. They want information, they want knowledge. I can make someone an expert in 5 seconds when they scan a card. What parallel? Boom, it's pink laser. Like whatever it is, you become empowered. And the way I look at it as a consumer, when consumers buy, they buy, and you know this because of branding, but they buy because they have knowledge, they have wisdom, they're empowered, and they can make a decision. If you take any of those away, now you're like, I don't know if I should get in this industry or not. Let's help people.
Yes. And look, Brian, here's the deal. Call it serendipity, whatever you want to do, call it. But the fact that I got introduced to you from Jeremy, and you can attest this, validate it. When the boys and I came back into the hobby, and after we had opened, I don't know how many hobby boxes and had cards, like 2 or 3 months in, going overboard, like I like to do. And cards everywhere, about middle of the way of doing that and starting to really think about, okay, what do we have here? What have we opened? I did the whole thing too. I went down the rabbit hole of, okay, it can't be a magazine still. So luckily for me, Brian had already had this epiphany several years earlier. And I went through the 4, 5, 6 apps doing different things. None of them quite clear, but landed on LUDEX. And I go, number one, branding sharp. This looks like the most put together of them. I hope the tech lives up to it. And it did. It was easily the best in class from a scanning perspective, and just display of information. But the scanning, it was the best of all of them.
Then you got Lamar and
Josh Allen. That's a sweet white Pandora out of 25.
Woo.
Big card.
Man, where would you want to start on that?
You want me to just tell you what I would take? Like, you want me to go all the way to the bottom?
Yeah. Go all the way to the bottom.
1650. Where you want to be?
16.
What are you getting now? Oh, you got the great shot. I do like that.
Like 20 bucks.
It's a beautiful card.
20 bucks.
They're both beautiful cards.
Like 20 bucks.
I mean, I do like Josh Allen too, but I think this is sweet.
Yeah, I will make money on those. If you don't make money on those, I'll pay the difference.
Sorry.
Double check.
Yep.
Josh Allen.
That's it.
All there.
Yeah, brother.
No problem.
Let's do it.
Those are fun.
Appreciate it again.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, we'll see you in a couple
Of
weeks,
course.
right?
Yeah.
Hey, you should really try to
there. So let's talk, man. Let's talk data. Brian's sitting on a lot of data that tells you certain things, trends. Who's getting scanned the most? Who's going down? Who's going up? Whose values are going up? Like that's just the the very top line. You can cut it 100 different ways. That's what's going to be exciting about what we can bring to life, integrating that LUDEX technology into the show.
Yeah, and there's a couple of things my team put together. Well, you said it right. Like when we have 300 million or more scans that have been scanned on LUDEX, we intimately get to know people. We know what they collect. Do they buy? Do they sell? Is it new? Is it old?
Who are you obsessed with?
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't believe some of these numbers when I bring them out of like how many Tom Brady cards this one guy has. It's like 40,000. Like there's
40.
passionate people about everything. But here's some relevant data. If you look at the NFL, so the three highest movers as of yesterday, and there's one surprise in here I would not have guessed. So number one, Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
he's up. He's doing it. He had to get out of that cesspool in New York, but he's up 35% over the last 2 weeks.
Makes sense.
And the scan activity on LUDEX is up 42%. So people buy it, people scan it, and prices go up. Next is Justin Herbert. And he was down a little bit last year. Towards the end, he's up 19%. And his scan activity is up 14%. And Justin had a bigger, people are scanning a lot of Justin cards. So that ratio is a little.
You see something you like in our pack rips on the show? Check out the Rad Collective eBay store and eBay live shows at ebaylivestore.com or at breakingrad.com. All the cards we rip on the show will be available on both platforms.
Here's what you can expect. Ryan and I are recording this every Wednesday for the Friday release. So every Friday, Brian and Ryan here on Trading Cards and Collectibles, powered by LUDEX. And look, LUDEX isn't about sponsorship. This is about ingredients within the show, because we're going to bring these stories to life so that we enable and empower you in your collecting and kind of seeing like behind the scenes. And look, you get to live vicariously through Brian and I when we go to all these shows, and we'll bring it to life. And hey, come, you get to come on the road and see us. It's just, we let our hair down. We'll just say that.
And what's left of it?
Hey, I still got some, buddy.
You got some.
I got mine on the hat here. And speaking of hats, I mean,
2 years.
And look, hey, send me a message. I'll strong arm Brian into sending you or putting you in a drawing. We'll get you some gear. They got some of the best hats. I love their hats. And love you, Brian. Appreciate you, man. It's going to be fun doing this show together. It's only going to get better as we take a look inside the hobby.
Amazing. Yeah. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm excited to see how this, like I said, see how companies evolve and see how this evolves, and, taking feedback and questions from people in the watching this is awesome, because you and I are people and we want to interact. So this is about totality of the industry. So thanks so much for this opportunity, and I look forward to every Wednesday.
LUDEX. Go to the App Store, download the app, get your scans going, man. This is how you track your cards. It's about knowing the value, but it's about having your collection in the digital form so you know where it is. Look, I make you sound like I'm selling it. No, I live and breathe and do this every day with my kids. I'm in it. And I'm in it with guys like Brian and the LUDEX team. Hey, I'm on the team now. Brian, I'm on the team now. I'm not just, this is us. This isn't
it's not a you.
Yes, go to the App Store, get that. LUDEX.com for more information. They're doing some refreshes on the website, got a lot of content. You can also see on the app everything, the links back to eBay, some of the other partnerships that are going on. You don't want to miss it. They're at the center of innovation in the hobby. And so are we. Trading Cards and Collectibles. Brian and Ryan every Friday. We'll see you next time on the show.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Don't forget to follow us on your favorite podcast platform, and don't miss the full video version on YouTube. You can find us at www.collectibles.show or follow Ryan on Instagram at Ryan Alford. Now get out there and collect yours.